Hello. So I wanted to talk to you guys today, not necessarily about an idea per se, but it's really about an idea and a movement that really something that I see setting the foundation for a futuristic idea that I would all challenge you guys to think about. As you can see, when advertising sings, that's sort of my motto for everything that I see, I create, and I do. So real quick, to understand sort of my thoughts, a bit about me. I've been married for 7 years. Beautiful wife, Jen, here. I am a massive Sooner fan, and Oklahoma Sooners, and we'll get to that in just a second. But I've also been a DJ for 15 years, and that's allowed me to undertake music in a lot of ways that people have not been able to do so. It's allowed me to see things in a different light, and it's definitely paved the way for where I'm at today. So, everybody that's streaming online, Boomer Sooner, this game is going on right now. And if my family saw me do this and I didn't say that, I would definitely get disowned. So, just had to throw that in there real quick. So this ad is a Coca-Cola ad, and what you're going to see is that the emotion that drives this ad doesn't really make sense. So let's watch this real quick. Maybe we can turn it up. Right? Like, what? Did I just say Happy Valentine's Day? I'm listening to Metallica and it's a Happy Valentine's Day ad? Tell me that doesn't make sense. So what we're really talking about is behavior analysis. It's the way we think. It's psychology involved in it. It's the way we look at things and we perceive things. It's the things that we hear in our mind that lets us portray a certain type of emotion towards what we're looking at. And with advertising, music is a major part of that, as you can see. Now, I know if I took my wife to Fight Club for Valentine's Day, she'd be a little upset about that. For example, when we're talking about behavior analysis, so again, I've been a DJ for the last 15 years. And some of the things that I do when I first step into a room is I first walk all the way around the room to understand the acoustics. Then I play 4 or 5 different songs. They could be slow, they could be fast. They might be songs that are older, some that are newer. But what I'm really doing is that I'm analyzing the room and trying to understand what's going to work for the rest of the night. Is the slower songs going to work? Are the faster songs going to work? What are people really thinking? How can I make that emotional connection to my dance floor? And you might say, well, it's music. You play music, you dance, you have fun, you have cocktails. Great. But it's a little bit more than that. And so after 4 songs, I know exactly how my room is going to react the rest of the evening. And again, that emotion is really what drives the rest of the evening. Emotion is a very, very powerful creature. As you can see, these types of facial expressions give off different types of emotions. And you can really get lost in wondering what's going on in this photo. You have a guy who's really just looking like he's determined. Maybe he's relieved. Maybe he's wanting something. You have a little girl who's got a beautiful smile on her face, laughing. Then my favorite is the one in the middle at the bottom. You're not really sure what she's doing. Is she exhausted because she just accomplished something great? Or is she devastated because she just failed at something? I'm not really sure what this guy is, but it's a beautiful picture of a puppy. I thought I'd throw that up there. So look, what does all this have to do with technology? And that's a great question to ask yourself. So in the past, advertising has always been a flat line. It's been about music and the message. But now, with the digital age in the past 4, 5, 6 years, you're starting to see some of this technology blow up the advertising timeline, if you will. Again, this is what it looked like, say, 10 years ago. And this is what it looks like now. This explosion of different channels that we can communicate with people through both music and technology. People are using technology to touch different people's lives, whether that's for a social channel, through a physical channel, and really they're thinking about how can we connect the physical world with the digital world. Some brands that are really doing this well is, of course, we just watched Coca-Cola, even though that song was a little bit weird. Apple, of course, Google. And if you think about Nike, so Nike is really preaching all about wellness and staying fit, being healthy, eating the right thing. Oh, by the way, we sell tennis shoes. When's the last time you saw an actual tennis shoe ad for Nike? So this is another really good example of fusing those three things together. Music, technology, and advertising to really solve real-world problems. I guess we don't have music. So what they're doing here, yeah, there we go.
Hey guys,
Hey.
what's up?
That's amazing.
Yes, I'm gonna add this to my car.
Hey everyone, I'm Joe.
Hey, Joe.
What's up, Joe?
So what you saw there was a combination of, and I know we didn't hear it in the beginning, but it really was a combination of putting technology into the hands of people, giving them the ability to do something that people dread. I hate going to the Toyota dealership, not the Toyota dealership, but a car dealership, and saying, you know, hey, I want to buy this car, but there's a sales guy just pestering me the whole time, giving me all the details that I already probably looked up on the internet. But now they've taken that problem and they've said, okay, let's use technology. And what you're seeing is Google Hangout now, giving you the ability to shop for cars and bring on your friends. If I'm going to buy a car, I can call my wife now and say, hey, hop on a Google Hangout. And then once we decide what we want, we can now tell the sales guy what we want, not have him tell us. So again, we rely on music to move us through a particular time in our lives. You know, we've all been singing in the shower because we're happy. We want to sing. You know, we've all been sad and we want to cry, and all these emotions. I would guarantee you, if you really think about it, music has had some part in that. So one more time, I want to watch this video, and let's watch it the way I think you might actually think it makes sense. Music, please. That makes sense, right? That really says Valentine's Day, right? That says, you know what, let's go out for a romantic dinner. Not, hey, let's go to Fight Club, right? So I would just encourage you a few things. Think about things that you see on TV, on YouTube, or things that you're noticing, and what would the soundtrack to that be? Whether it's silent or not. what would the soundtrack to every object you encounter be? If this room had a soundtrack, what would it be? There's a small company in Erie, Pennsylvania that's doing some great work for cancer research. And what they're doing is they're trying to treat cancer through radio waves. And so I had this brilliant idea that I still haven't worked out yet, but maybe one of you guys might. It's to take radio waves, couple of them with sound waves through music, and use those two waves to try to treat this cancer. Now, it seems far-fetched, I know, but what they're already doing with radio waves is treating cancer. They already are going through and taking small liver cancers and treating them through radio waves. So why not? So if you take the power of music and you couple it with technology, and you see what it's already doing to advertising, it's making us think different, act different, it's changing the way we live, then why couldn't it treat cancer one day? That's all I have for you. Thank you very much.